Okay, in this video we're going to be doing Calc Problem Set 31, the problems, and a playlist of all the problem sets in the description below. Let's get started and see what we got. Use the graph of G prime. So this confused me when I first read it because I was like, where's the graph? But we have to create the graph. This is basically a calculator question. In fact, this whole problem set is basically a calculator. Use the graph of G prime to determine the critical points of G of x equals cosine of e to the 0.875x on the interval from 0 to 2.5. So that's what I'm going to try to do. So I'm not going to show you me using the, using the calculator. I'm just going to show a screenshot. So I've graphed the derivative. So I graphed G prime. And I also graphed 0, y equals 0, or f of x equals 0, or f2 of x equals 0. I found the intersections using menu 814. So I got 1.308 and 2.100. Those are the critical points. So I'm going to write those down. All right, and that's the entire question. So let's look at the next one. Also a calculator. Use a locally linear approximation at x equals 0 to approximate f of 0.25 for f of x equals tan of x over 5.234. That's a weird function, but what I'm going to do is show you the calculator again. Here I've defined the function. I found f of 0, make sure you're in radians. If you're doing calculus, always be in radians. I found the value of the derivative at 0. I never actually found the derivative. I don't need the derivative. I just need the value of the derivative. Every calculator that's approved for the exam can definitely do that. And then what I did here is I typed in the tangent line. I did 0, which is the y value, plus the slope times the quantity x minus 0, such that x equals 0.25. I got 0.048. And so now I'm going to show you what I wrote down. So I wrote down f of 0 is 0, because you always have to write things correctly, right? People are going to be grading your work, not whether or not you touched a calculator. So f of 0 is this. F prime of 0 is approximately 0.191. And then I wrote down the tangent line, and then I just approximated. So it's got to be an approximately equal to sign, but as long as you got that, you're good. I don't know what's going on with my voice. All right. A particle's position is given by y of t equals e to the sine of pi t over 4. We want to describe the particle's motion at t equals 1. This actually doesn't need to be a calculator question, I guess, now that I'm looking at it, but I decided to use a calculator anyway because I thought it was initially. So here's the screenshot. I defined y of t. I found, dy dt at t equals 1. I found the second derivative of y with respect to t at t equals 1. And now what I'm going to do is write those down. So I'm going to say that v of 1 is equal to y prime of 1. Because remember, you got to connect those things. If you don't connect those, you're going to end up losing a point, which I don't like, but I don't control that. So v of 1 is equal to y prime of 1, which is approximately 1.126. And then same thing for acceleration. So a of 1 is y double prime of 1, which is approximately negative 0.259. And now I need to make a statement. So velocity is positive. And in this case, since it's y, if velocity is positive, you're moving up. If velocity is negative, you're moving down. So in this case, you're definitely moving up. So I'm going to say that at t equals 1, the particle is moving up. And in parentheses, I put because v of 1 is greater than 0. And now velocity and acceleration have opposite signs. So the speed of the particle is decreasing. So you're moving up, but your speed is decreasing. So here's what I wrote for that. The particle's speed is decreasing at t equals 1 because v of 1 is greater than 0 while a of 1 is less than 0. And that's really all there is to this one. You definitely could have done this one without, well, could you? I guess you could do it without a calculator, but would you be able to figure out if the value is positive or negative? I think probably, because there'll be like a cosine and then a negative sign of e to the sum. I think you could probably do it without a calculator, but I'm okay with using a calculator on this one. Anyway, that's the whole problem set. I hope this was helpful, and good luck.